Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais. Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai?
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché?
Ça doit
faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai
compté mes doigts.
To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolo, Mbolwani Madio Royals, this is your queen, and Ngningone II. All right, my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, thank you for reaching out. There's quite a few of you who actually have sent email wondering, my queen, where you at? I had to come out. Just chilling, just working on some other projects and stuff. Okay, my lovely children. So here I am. So I came out. We have a very important topic to talk about. Today, I would like to talk about the Ishowspeed Phenomenon.
Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais. Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai?
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché?
Ça doit
faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai
compté mes doigts. Hey.
Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es papa, où t'es? 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 Où t'es, où t'es papa, où t'es?
Qu'on y croit ou pas, il y aura bien un jour, on n'y croira plus. Un jour ou l'autre, on sera tous papa, et d'un jour à l'autre, on aura disparu. Serons-nous détestables? Serons-nous admirables? Des géniteurs ou des génies? Dites-nous qui donne naissance aux irresponsables. Ah, dites-nous qui? Tiens, tout le monde sait comment on fait des bébés, mais personne sait comment on fait des papas. Monsieur, je sais tout, on aurait hérité. C'est ça, faut le sucer de son pouce ou quoi? Dites-nous où c'est caché. Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois qu'on a bouffé nos doigts. Hey!
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es? Où t'es? Où t'es? Où papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es? Où t'es? Où t'es? Où papa, où t'es? Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Hey.
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts.
Hey!
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es? Où t'es? The pressure's on, you feel it. Don't you know, you need it. Walk it on, oh. Tell me I'm not Africa. This is South Africa. Tell me I'm not. Hey, walk out, hey. Tell me I'm not Africa. It's time for Africa.
Thank you to all of you who have been looking for your queen. My queen, where you at? Thank you. So your queen is here. Let's have this, African powwow.
Osiris Sakobo, le meilleur. Kikirika na kachapoto.
Today's reflection on Ishowspeed visit to Africa. All right. So we are going to talk about how healing it was. And I will personally tell you about how prophetic, because yes, it was prophesied to us that the two ends of the broken staff of our rulership will meet again and heal together, will mend the staff, and we shall rise again. And I will give you some historical context. Okay, my lovely ones. So let's jump in. So shortly after Prince P started live streaming from Africa, videos of many African Americans breaking down in tears started flooding the internet. Many expressed surprise at the modern infrastructure, so they claim, right? They were surprised we have building. They were surprised we had road, so they claim. Admitting that they previously believed that Africa was still underdeveloped with people living in huts. So these emotional reactions wildly spread and they were shared online. It appeared to stem from the breaking long-held stereotypes and misconception about Africa.
Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love, and the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. This is what our people fought for. This is what they fought for when they fought against Jim Crow and segregation. This is what the slave revolts were about. This is what it's always been about.
Man, this whole time, bro, they made us fucking think Africa was such a poor country, bro. Such a place you wouldn't want to be at, bro. And Speed is single-handedly changing my perspective on life. Like the music in Africa, the culture, everything, every single aspect of Africa just makes my insides feel so good, bro. And it makes me just want to leave America. Bro, I feel like America is the trap. America is the trap. The American dream is the trap. Everybody else is free, but not free from America. America's the problem, bro. America's the fucking problem. And I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Like, Speed, thank you, bro. Thank
Americans are the most annoying when it comes to this Ishowspeed thing. I wasn't supposed to do this. It's not my type of content. But you know what? Let me just air my frustrations. So you guys are out here with your jaws dropped, acting like Ishowspeed has actually shown you what Africa really looks like. What does that even mean? Do you know how disrespectful that sounds? And ignorant. No, actually, ignorant is the word for it. So you all have Safari, you have Google, you have Bing, you have Brave. With all the internet out there, you still want to tell me that you thought we still swing on trees, live in mud huts, and speak in other languages apart from English and behave like we are always hungry and we... What do you mean? Where did you think Ishowspeed was coming to sleep? On top of a tree? Because you all are literally crying. Okay, you all drink coffee every day. Where do you think coffee comes from? We literally export avocado, coffee, tech. And you want to tell me you thought that America is in this cocoon and it produces everything that it has on its own, and you're crying. Thinking that we don't have love, we fight all the time. Okay, you know what? Let me give you your own cup of tea. We see all the time on the TV what America is portrayed to be, which is portrayed to be a very rich place with opportunities and stuff like that. But that is not all we take in as Africans. We use Google and Safari to research the good side of America, the bad side, the poor side, all these other sides that are not portrayed. Why? Because we have the internet. You have the internet as well. Free of charge. Now, we see that you people get things on credit. Do you think all that is everywhere? No. We get to research on that so that we don't come to you and get shocked. So what is all this crying that is going on around here? Do you know the world of export and imports? I don't get this. It is honestly annoying, and you guys cannot be that ignorant. That cannot be the best side of America, is it? Is that why some of y'all come here and behave like you're better than us in some way? Y'all were shocked that we treated Ishowspeed as a human being. And white people, where he actually lives, insulted him just because he's black. You were shocked that we gave him our whole audience. You're shocked that when you come here, you'll be treated like a no. I am tired of this. Y'all stop making those videos. Use the internet. Train your kids to use the internet and not take things on face value. I hope this is not the majority of America. I just please hope it's not, because all it's showing us is you guys shouldn't have colonized that in the first place. No, your white skin and that country shouldn't have done anything here. We should be colonizing you guys at this point. Tech? The battery on your phone, where do you think that comes from? I'm tired of these videos. Stop making them. Just research, and I'm tired.
Hey, man, can someone please tell me why I thought Africa looked like this? That is not Africa. I did my research on my FYP, bro. I did not think Africa looked like this. I'm from America. Don't press me about it. I didn't know what it looked like over there. But let me show you what Africa look like right now. I did not think Africa looked like that. What am I doing in America? Can someone take me to Africa, please? You thought that was it? Look at this shit. I need to take a flight. I need to go to Africa. Can someone please take me to Africa right now? What am I doing in America?
The propaganda against Africa stops today. The tide is shifting and the energy is moving towards the motherland once again. The motherland will no longer be disrespected. I urge all of us to go there and visit and see what's really going on for ourselves. I was already planning to take a trip to Africa months ago, and I can't wait because I'm really going for an extended period of time, to the point where I'm gonna have to pack up a lot of the things that I work for in my home. but it's because I want to give Africa the time and attention that it deserves. We come from Africa, but then we hate on Africa as a travel destination, right? Humanity began in Africa, but now all of a sudden humanity doesn't want to visit Africa. So when I see Ishowspeed going there, I see streamers going there, I see that the energy is shifting over there as it should. It makes me happy because it's like what I knew in my heart was right. We have to go and visit that place, man. That's where everything started from. And my background is Jamaican, and I listen to like Rastafarian music. And in a lot of the Rasta music, they talk so much about the motherland and moving back to Africa and visiting Africa and getting in touch with our roots. And I think that it's time that the propaganda ends. It's time for us to stop thinking that America is just the only country in the world or the best country in the world. It's not about who's the best. It's not about the only, not about none of that. It's just about experiencing something for yourself and seeing something new, getting a brand new experience and being in touch with what's going on and your roots, man. So shout out to Ishowspeed for traveling around the world and exposing what's really going on in Africa. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful place, beautiful energy, beautiful people. And I can't wait to visit one day.
Images of conflict and poverty became the default story, while innovation, development, and success stories were quietly overlooked. As a result, many people in America grew up believing that Africans still live in jungles, hunt with spears, and lack basic amenities. That belief, repeated long enough, hardened into truth for those who had never set foot on the continent. This is why moments like this, when popular American streamer Ishowspeed touring Africa, matters far beyond entertainment. When millions of young people watch someone they trust walk through African cities, laughing with locals, eating street food, experiencing culture, seeing infrastructure, it challenges everything they thought they knew. It humanizes Africa, it modernizes Africa, and most importantly, it returns Africa's story to reality. Viewers see bustling streets filled with creativity and commerce. They see African youth who are confident, stylish, tech-savvy, and globally aware. They see clean neighborhoods, organized markets, working systems, and communities full of life. They see joy, they see pride, they see dignity. And perhaps for the first time, they ask themselves a dangerous question. What else have we been wrong about?
Recent events suggest that his journey was more than just a personal or entertainment milestone. We clearly witnessed that he touched on a deeper level. He touched on the healing level. A lot of people came out saying how healing it was. He touched on the unity. Golly, we were on each other's throats. The diaspora, the African diaspora in America, they had reached the top, what we say in French, apotheose level of hatred toward continental African, to the point that they have done, this generation had done to declare a boycott publicly of African businesses. This is where we were. So my Prince Darren Watkins, also known as Ishowspeed, single-handedly shut it down. So unity, okay? Another thing, in my opinion, more important that our son did is establishing the ancestral connection. Yes. Oh, yes, it was so powerful. So let's dive deeper into this. So first view, people were like, oh, maybe it stemmed from, from breaking long-held stereotypes and misconceptions about Africa and Africans, right? That we hate them. And they saw the kind of love, the kind of Zola only African can give. They felt it. They're like, oh man, they told us a bunch of lies. Okay, it could be so. It could be that. That's the case for maybe a few, but for majority of them, it was much more that was happening. But our children, they won't tell you that, oh, I really, no. They're going to tell you on just whatever. Because our people in America have learned to lie, just like their former masters, like white people. Yes. They will lie to your face. They won't tell you what's really going on with them. They live among them, so they learn to survive them. So many of them have learned their ways. So yes, they tell you it's about the buildings, that bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a bit. I don't think our people in America are dumb. They're anything you want, but they're not dumb. They're not dumb. They know there are buildings in Africa. They know there's infrastructure in Africa. They know there's everything. But they held on to that thing that gave them what? An illusion of being superior to the African people. They held on to that thing that, oh, no matter what, even if my ancestors were enslaved, I'm still superior to you because I'm American. They've been knowing we have buildings in Africa. No, something deeper happened. They were touched. They were touched by the healing power of our collective ancestors. That's what happened there. All right. And now let me tell you more. The outpouring of tears was not simply due to seeing new buildings or modern amenities in Africa. Instead, these Africans of America, they were deeply moved by a powerful and overwhelming force. The healing energy of our collective ancestors came through. Yes, and they felt it. They felt it. They felt it. And it was this ancestral power channeled through Prince Speed live stream that stirred such a profound emotions among our people in America and other ones watching from afar. It was the ancestral power that came through. Okay. And another thing, if you notice, our people took Speed to sacred grounds at Ouida in Benin. Those who know the place, the tree of return, the place of return after the white people said, we will never set eye on you again. In Benin at Ouida, where you saw him speak to that tree, when they asked him to make a wish, with millions of you connected, it was the wishes of millions of you being transferred to the ancestors. It was powerful. Okay? It was powerful. That's the healing that came through. Because the kind of hatred our people in America had or has, some of them still have against Africa, is not the kind of hatred therapy could heal. It's the kind of hatred that only the power of the ancestors, the power of Zambe, the God of our ancestors, had to intervene to heal. And they had a massive healing session, which I found so wonderful, so cool. But it was coming. It was coming. It was prophesied that it would happen. That if you wonder why they've been doing everything within their power to keep us apart, all right, just like they separated the two ends of the staff of our leadership, the air ticket from the diaspora to Africa is so expensive. Everything is tailored to keep us apart. Visas among African countries, all this is to keep us apart. But they know that the minute we heal and we understand that the source of our power and survival is in our unity, it's game over for them. Because remember, their mere survival depends on our exploitation and enslavement. Mm-hmm. Yes, my loves. Let's continue. So, my dear children, please keep in mind that there is indeed a prophecy of a collecting healing and rising. Yeah, we will not always be down. Everything will come to and come from Africa. Yes, but this time around, under different terms and conditions. You see what I mean? Not on master and slave terms and conditions. No. Africa will be the manager of it all. Africa will sit at the top of it all. And they know that's the spiritual power they cannot allow us to have. Everything is spiritual. Okay. Our survival is in our unity, because when united, the ones with the power, they spread it down to the others. Some of you will not get until The person mandated in your bloodline release it for you until you guys accommodate him and her for him or her to work their magic. That's how our power is distributed. So when one is down, all of us will crumble. We are the people of one. Our ancient Egyptian ancestors, they say we are the people of one. Our strength is in our one because we are the one that contain the sun. They are of a different nature. They emanated, they emerged from the chaos that started because he couldn't contain the sun. So they come from that chaos. It may be too deep, but those who know. Okay? So this belief finds its roots in the history of Africa's subjugation. You know that after the European powers conquered West African kingdoms, what did they do? They imposed slavery, colonization, and apartheid upon us. So during that time, the European had looted tremendous amount of wealth in both natural and human resources taken from Africa, which gave them the new leg in life. And then they decided to gather in Berlin and draft a system which will, ensure that the continent of Africa is their wealth reservoir and the African people are their free labor reservoir. Okay? Like that. So here came the conference of Berlin. That's the reason why they met in Berlin. We were said to be considered their kitchen pantry. That's what it was. So you have to understand, after their meeting in Berlin, we had to struggle to achieve independence and civil rights. We were literally their property. So slavery and colonization were designed to be perpetual. They never set an expiration date, like in our culture, us the Bantu. When you have a slave, you can't hold them for more than 7 years. Their slavery and colonization didn't have such thing. It was said to be perpetual. But thanks to the resilience and the resistance, the constant resistance of our brave ancestors who kept pushing, making it so uncomfortable for them to perpetually rule over us as absolute master, that they decided to reach a compromise with Africans. So the African colonies were granted independence in the 1960s, and our people, our POWs in captivities, enslaved in the Americas, were granted civil rights. That's what happens. Okay? So you have to remember that this hard-won progress was achieved only because our ancestors never stopped fighting for freedom and dignity. If our ancestors just sat and said, oh no, well, F it, we wouldn't even be here. So always think of that. Let's continue. Success and longevity of African enslavement and colonization were rooted in methods that targeted every aspect of existence. My children, the methods they used to keep us down and defeated were affecting us on every level. Now, let's discuss briefly about the methods of subjugation. And we are going to get somewhere. My dear people, just hang in there, bear with me. The methods of subjugation, they were not only physical, corporal punishment, mental, mind fucking people. Yeah, mind fucking. I use that word because that's what they did to our people. And above all, targeted us spiritually, because how could they have made slave of us for so long if they were not successful in making us slave in the spirit first? So you have to believe they were targeting us spiritually as well. Okay? So the European colonizers and enslavers shared a narcissistic mindset. They all share a common mental, psychological trait. They are all narcissists, right? So while they were subjugating the African men and women to the most brutal and inhumane treatment, they were also projecting their deeds, their shame, their hatred, their guilt onto them and gaslighting them at the same time. They grape a slave girl. They're going to call her promiscuous, right? Just ridiculous kind of gaslighting in the same process. So they projected shame and the hatred, the way they should feel about themselves. They projected it onto our people. You are disgusting. You are ugly. You are this. You are that. You are an animal. You good for nothing. You this and that. You a criminal. Well, he's the one looting other people's land, slaughtering other people's, kidnapping other people's president, stuff like that. But they project. So you have to understand that this is more than just want to make you comfortable. People don't come at you and accuse you of the things that they are doing. So we are going to get into depth why they do that. Okay, my people? So yes, so basically they transferred that hatred, okay? Instead of they took the hatred they have for mankind, for humanity, for Black people, they took that hatred and projected onto our people. So our people were very burdened. The shame wasn't theirs, but they were made to wear that shame. The guilt wasn't theirs, but they were made to wear that guilt. You know, the hatred wasn't theirs. I mean, what were they doing? There's nothing more pure, more innocent than an African soul. But they projected their dirt. Oh, the criminals, the thieves, anything that is horrible. And what happened? What happened then? They stole our people's purity. They started parading around claiming they are Puritans. They call themselves white Puritans, right? In Northern America. All of a sudden, they're the one royalties. No, our people are the one who comes from bloodlines of divine royalty, kings appointed by God. They were now the one reigning as royals over them. You see, they stole their innocence. They create whiteness. That means purity, innocence, and then blackness. They projected onto us. They created blackness. Now you're a color. You're no longer an African. So you see all that. It took time. It took skills. They really did it. I toss my hat to them. They did it, yo. They did. They waged that war. So you see, and as they had it covering every single aspect, our people were left, to live with the burden. And that's what the narcissists do. Narcissistic individuals are very vampiric in nature. They're all about swapping, extracting what they don't have from other people. So you see, it's very vampiric in nature. And now what is the news talking about? The news is telling us that they've been eating flesh all along. Who does that? Vampires, right? So yes, even the warfare type was like fighting us like vampires here to take over. So of course, this is how they do it. So this psychological manipulation proved effective in breaking the spirit of generations of enslaved and colonized African people. Yeah, many of us walk around with that guilt. Many of us walk around with that shame. Many of us, what did our parents do? But being born rich, they took their shame and projected it onto us. Africans are there pointing their finger. Oh, you sold, you sold, you sold. However, none of these kingdoms they claim made of their own people and enterprise survived. These countries, these lands were all occupied, but they were able to manipulate the whole world. It's as if the whole world was thrown into a spell that nobody could see clearly, like what's going on. How come you say these people were sold by their own people and you are occupying their land? You're forcing your languages on them. You are creating new kind of human beings out of that trade. Was it a trade? It's like the whole world was under their spell. Don't tell me no. Yes, it was. Okay, let's continue. So what you need to understand about projection and identity swapping. Projection and identity swapping works together, hand in hand. Yes, they're brothers and sisters, cut from the same cloth. And let me tell you why. The European colonizer not only projected negative emotions onto their victims, but also attempted to swipe identities, a process that required first destroying the global perceptions of Africa. And that's exactly what they did. Many of their own kings, they were like, oh, shoo, oh my God, Africa had it like that. That's what they did. So while Africans are there defending, they were there defending themselves, trying to rack up all the medals, all the titles, all their position, whatever. They are sliding into your nature. They are walking around in your essence. And before you turn around, they have swapped consciousness with you. You are now the dirty and they are the clean. You are now the slaves and they are the kings. You are now the poor and they are the rich. Yes.
The Fang. The Fang people are a large Bantu ethnic tribe that are found in Central Africa, especially in Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, and Southern Cameroon. As Abantu, our origins are very common, so let's read about the origins of the Fang tribe. The Long March of the Fang. An Anthropology and History in Equatorial Africa by John Manning Cinnamon. The Fang people came from Egypt. Before they settled in Egypt, they came from Mesopotamia. This is why the Fang man is the Black Jew. He possesses the same habits of the Jews. In Mesopotamia, the Fang were very imposing. All of the Fang, from the Bulu, the Yawondo, and Ntumu, they fought wars until they arrived in Egypt, where they remained for a long time. From Egypt, they passed through the savannah, where they encountered another people, the Hausa. They fought wars against each other. The Fang had to continue onward until they arrived in Atomboga, a mythical tree that blocked the migration path. Let us read another book by Louis Perrois, Fang Visions of Africa series. The BTO Fang people of Middle Africa, specifically West Central Africa, descend from ancient Israelites of the Bible. They were founded by the descendants of Ephah, Ephri, Ben Manasseh, part of the warrior pastoral class of the tribe of Manasseh. They were taken to Mesopotamia by the Assyrians after the fall of the northern kingdom in 722 BC. During the time of the Persian rule, they were taken from Mesopotamia and placed in Egypt at the Jewish garrisons of Elephantine and Tephanes. After the Hamitic Egyptians destroyed their temple at Elephantine, they fled into neighboring deserts between Kemet and Kush. They remained there for roughly 1,600 years. Around the 13th century, Arabs began raiding Makuria. A man named Afrikara or Ephah of Makuria led the Fang to West Africa, first settling in the Sahelian Nigeria. Around the 17th century, pressure from slave raiding by the Hausa Fulani forced them to migrate to their current locations of Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. Thousands of thousands were taken captive to the Americas.
All right. So they destroy the perception the world has on us. And while we are busy defending ourselves, proving the world we are not what they claim, they slip into our essence. All right. They slip into our essence. They walk into our essence. They claim our identities while still fighting us until they completely destroy or remove the targeted group of people to fully assume their identities. Remember that the conquest of the African kingdoms by the Europeans have been the European existential jackpot. In terms of gains, we can say that in terms of natural resources gains, human resources gains, influence and everything, and even prestigious identities. It was really the lifeline they needed for another go round. Yeah. So they got it. So this is how the Bible characters were whitewashed. This is how the original European crowns, who were black, the kings were black, they were all replaced, killed and then replaced. All the European crowns have been whitewashed. You know, we heard about the Moors ruling Spain. We heard about the black people in England ruling England and everything. Where are they today? All these crowns were taken over by, you know, white people at the end of the day. So don't think that when someone is projecting their dirt on you, they just do it for fun, just to get on your nerves. No, there's always a darker intention behind it. So never take it lightly. When people just come around you for no reason, start pointing fingers. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, viciously attacking you. Handle them like you need to. If you need to deploy spiritual deadly force, do it. Because they're after your entire existence. They're after something existential attached to you. So in the same way, the colonizers and the enslavers of Africans were successful in swapping consciousness. So they swapped their consciousness, which is criminal, cruel, and perverted, to that of Africans who were pure, innocent, rich, educated, and of divine royal lineages. So you see how they switch? After that, these are the people who were hanging our ancestors on the tree. They call themselves Puritans all of a sudden. So to go back to the question, do you really think that our people in America were crying over seeing beautiful buildings and infrastructure in Africa? My answer remained no. They were crying because they were touched by the overwhelming healing power of our collective ancestors. They were crying because they felt the burdens drop from the core of their hearts. They felt the hatred they were fed against Africa and Africans dropped. They felt the shame of being told that you were soul, you were unwanted, dropped. That shame flew through the window, departed from their soul. They felt the guilt, which should have never been theirs, drop. Yes, they felt free at last. They felt seen at last. They felt loved at last. They felt vindicated at last. There were expressions of a deep spiritual healing. Yes, our children felt it. They felt it to the core of their heart. Watching Ishowspeed live stream allowed them to shed burdens of hatred, of shame, and guilt imposed by century of oppression. So he opened the portal for not only him who was there in person, but all of you who connected to watch. And that's the opportunity our ancestors had been waiting for. That's why our people were crying because that burden has fallen. They were feeling the relief we do not have to continue living with this burden. They claim they hate us. No, they don't. They claim they sold us. No, they didn't. They claim they're poor. No, they are not. For many, it was an experience of liberation, of recognition and love, a fulfillment of the prophecy that the fractured rulership of our people would one day be healed and restored. Yes. And we have come to those days. Those days are here, my children. Believe it. This is huge. This is huge for our people. Oh, absolutely. And I am honored to be the generation who get to witness it, because it was prophesied to us a long time ago. It was prophesied to our priesthood.
I want to apologize to all the people that came from Africa to America to explore their dreams. And if at any point we as African Americans made you feel some type of way, or we teased you as a kid or did not understand, it was because we were taught and we were made to believe that you guys weren't our friends. You guys were beneath us and belittled. We were taught to belittle you, and Africa was full of starving people and poor and all the things by America, this America. So I just want to say, I'm so sorry, deeply sorry from all of us. Sorry.
My Black American sister, we understand where you are coming from and we accept your apology, okay? One thing you should know is you are very much welcome to Uganda, okay? Share the love and don't forget to follow me.
So, my beautiful and amazing children, what you witness through our Prince Speed live stream, it was an overdue spiritual conference. All right. It was an overdue spiritual conference, which was set to be had long time ago. It was a long awaited conference between those of us at home and those of us taken away. And Prince Darren Watkins, aka Ishowspeed, was the most aligned, the most relatable, the best equipped for such ancestral mission. So Ishowspeed was uniquely positioned to serve as a vessel to this ancestral mission, connecting viewers to sacred ground and spiritual gateways during his visit to Africa. So this moment witnessed by millions mark a spiritual reunion, the long-awaited conference between those of us at home and our captured, our POWs. This was the opportunity our ancestors had been waiting for. Speed was taken to sacred grounds. He was presented before sacred shrine with millions of you connected and watching on his live stream. You thought our people were they just didn't keep him in the city. They took him to these places for a reason. They knew this is the opportunity. The enslaver just didn't know how. And they've been doing everything to keep us apart. They've been doing everything to keep us hating each other. But here we are. Never underestimate a mother or a father looking for their children. They never give up. That's what happened. So yes, my people, there's a place in Ouida, Benin, where our elders gathered and challenged the order the Europeans have established when they told us we will never set eyes on you guys again. Remember that tree? They asked him to make a wish. That tree is the tree of return. Our elders challenge what they say. And they say, dead or alive, all our people will come back. This here is not a matter that any cracker and their niggas can stop. This here is divine. My beautiful and amazing children. They just didn't come for our forefathers' wealth. They just didn't come for free labor. They also came for prestigious identity. Yes, our ancestors, Izamanasian, those who follow me, you heard that on this platform. The Fangs are sons and daughters of Amanasian. The Ntumu, Ewondo, Eton, the other ones of the Fang groups are sons of Ephraima. Ephraima, that's his Fang name. The everlasting fountain of wealth. That's where we got the name Africa. But they're parading around, oh, they name us. They did this for us. They discovered us. They invented us. Yes, this is a whole different source than me. Okay? The only thing is we do not call ourselves Jews. We do not claim that identity. Okay? Our forefathers left us Fang, Ntumu, Ewondo, Eton, and the other tribes. We are all the way. The Akan people are our people. In Central Africa, we are called Akan, that group. A part of us stayed over there, and they call Akan. There's many, many other sub-tribes. Find the tribe you came from. Don't claim that identity. It's something they forge, an offshoot of an identity that is ours, attached to our lineages they have hijacked. So it's a dishonor to our ancestors to join that madness. We are Fang, Ntumu, Ewondo, Bulu, Beti. So you see, so when you understand something, you can not only better resist it, but also you can better overcome it. Put the feelings aside. We are talking about a group of people who were facing existential threats. We fail. Okay? Now, if you know your only means of survival is to stick to your brother, and you still start havoc, discord, fight, division within that same community, it means that you yourself, you are an animal. Your life is not to be valued. You know what you are up against, but you go against, you want to swim against the current. So why should people spare you? You understand the logic? They figure in order for them to survive, they had to bring the African kingdoms down and enslave the African and put their hands on our wealth. And they did it. Now that we know, we, the African people, that what can keep us alive, okay, the kryptonite to their invasion and constant attack is our unity. If we refuse to get on the path of unity for views on TikTok and stuff, you get out there with your black face and still betray your own, it's on you. It's on us. It's not on them. So what Speed is doing, I respect it because I see the hand of the spirit. We have entered officially the age of the Aquarius. Buried truth are coming to the surface. Just like our dear MJ, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, has been exonerated. Yes, he was protecting the kids, but and yet they projected their crimes onto him. Mwatata fought. He fought them. And it wasn't still clear. Even beyond his grave, people still had his name on their mouth. But thank God we have entered the age of the Aquarius now. All the masks are falling. All the secrets are being revealed. All the pedophiles are being exposed. All the hoods are being exposed. Okay? There's all these manipulation. They call it fancy name projection. I know. No, we African call it demonic possession. You don't like peace. You don't want to see anybody live at peace. You don't like to see people thriving, doing well. You don't like to see people showing love to one another. You don't like to see other people successful. You're a demon. In our lexicon or whatever they call it, in our book of words, that's what we will call a demon. Okay? So the time has come to heal, my beautiful and amazing people. Yes, we are one. Okay? Our strength, our power is within our oneness. Oneness. Anybody, for whatever reason, wants to antagonize another Black person because of their origin, because of whatever, you stay away from such individual because they are destroying us collectively. Yes, and in this age of the Aquarius is the time of reckoning. Those who thought they were unstoppable, those who thought they were untouchable, those who were confident in their oppressions of another human being, one way or another. The Mahat is rising. The scales are stabilizing. The inevitable is coming. So those live streams were our ancestors' ways to you. And it worked, my children, it worked. Yes, it worked. Because you know what? Because we have 5 senses. And you have to understand that our five senses are portals or doorways. So when they want to come through us, you know, they say that what your eyes have seen, what your ears have heard, what your hands have touched, what your mouth has tasted, what your nose has inhaled, has gained access to your body, to your mind, and to your soul. Okay? Because through your eyes, that's why they tell you guys not to watch porn and horror movies. Okay? Through your eyes, through your ears, through your nose, these are portals. When you eat, that's a portal. When you touch with your finger, people get cursed with a touch. They get anointed and blessed with a touch as well. So all these are portals for the spirit to operate through us. Speed through his live stream took millions of views, ticket free. Okay, my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa. This is it for today. All right. So stay peaceful and above all, loving. You have to maintain, you have to stay in the vibration of love. That's the vibration our healers work through. So open up yourself to that. Be loving and stay peaceful. Okay, my loves? All right. Until next time, peace in your homes, love in your heart, and unity. Mwah!
Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais. Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné, pas vrai?
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché?
Ça doit
faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai
compté mes doigts. Hey.
Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es papa, où t'es? 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 Où t'es, où t'es papa, où t'es?
Qu'on y croit ou pas, il y aura bien un jour, on n'y croira plus. Un jour ou l'autre, on sera tous papa, et d'un jour à l'autre, on aura disparu. Serons-nous détestables? Serons-nous admirables? Des géniteurs ou des génies? Dites-nous qui donne naissance aux irresponsables. Ah, dites-nous qui? Tiens, tout le monde sait comment on fait des bébés, mais personne sait comment on fait des papas. Monsieur, je sais tout en aurait hérité. C'est ça, faut le sucer de son pouce ou quoi? Dites-nous où c'est caché. Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois qu'on a bouffé nos doigts. Hey!
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es? Où t'es? Où t'es? Où papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es?
Où t'es?
Papa, où t'es? Où t'es? Où t'es? Où papa, où t'es? Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Hey.
Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, il sait ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire au ute,